Heidi ho, rejectos. We're gonna watch from our buddy Chris over at 3C Films, a video of his that he put out a week ago. And apparently, to toot my own horns, because I got multiples of them, I was the first one to tell him that it was trending on YouTube.
Oh, dude, you're responsible for Chris's success.
And I was like, dude, you're trending. I gotta watch this. And a week later, 1 million views later, I'm watching it.
Yeah, and to wait for Chris to become a citizen of these United States before reacting to this. You didn't see his Twitter?
I mean, come on, man. That's such an would they get everyone who's that's too inside.
All right, I take it back.
No, you ready in this one?
Yeah.
Keep this in the video.
Okay. I promise it'll be there.
Hello Space Jam fans, thanks so much for clicking on this video. My name is Chris. Space Jam 2, entitled Space Jam: A New Legacy, just dropped their trailer, and I just went ahead and spent so much time diving through every frame of this Space Jam: A New Legacy trailer to bring you guys a good breakdown, point out Easter eggs you might have missed, also help you better understand the plot and what is going down in this movie, because some details
it's deep and
might
philosophical.
So let me know your guys'
I need a whole ending
down below
breakdown.
about what you thought of the Space Jam 2 trailer. Did it surprise you? Do you like the vibe it's going for? Can you believe all this madness happening in the movie? I'm also just gonna beg you, please hit that subscribe button. Please hit that like button. I really put my all into this breakdown, so pretty please share it around, subscribe, like it, just please. Without further ado though, let's go ahead and get into this breakdown, because all these guys right here show up in the damn trailer. Alright, so with the
notification
trailer,
bells turn on for your channel.
LeBron James is playing himself as expected, the same way Michael Jordan did, except it is kind of a made-up version of himself, because this actor will be portraying his son. Now right away we get a hint of something further going on in the movie, as we see the son is playing a basketball game on his handheld device, and that basketball court almost exactly resembles the court that they end up on later on in the movie. The father-son theme
how cool.
LeBron James
wonder if that's gonna come into play.
Basketball player to fill his potential there, when his son is more interested in things like coding, video games, building programs, and I'm sure that'll definitely come into play when they get sucked into a virtual world.
I wonder how much of this is inspired off of LeBron James's real life interaction with his child.
Absolutely a lot of it.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
He's like, I had a conflict with my kid, and this should be the plot for Space Jam
like,
2.
We don't have a script. Wait a minute. I got something.
This whole movie is to manipulate his son into becoming a basketball player.
Yeah, what better way to do that than with Looney Tunes and everything else WB owns?
I don't even know if he has a kid in real life. I don't know.
Yeah, he's got kids, I think.
Looking here in the background, this might be the Warner Brothers headquarters, and LeBron James is having a meeting, most likely for some sort of made-up movie in that universe. In the background, we can see Marvin the Martian and what appears to be the character of Dot from the Animaniacs. The Animaniacs actually make a ton of appearances in this trailer. Moving forward into the trailer, we're still here at the Warner Brothers Studios. LeBron James has had his meeting and is also having a fight with his son about his future. The elevator turns into the letters AG, which stands for Al G, the name of Don Cheadle's character, the villain of the film. But as far as getting into the Space Jam world, instead of being stuck
a lot of
into a
details
golf
here.
course the way we did in the first Space Jam movie with Michael Jordan, we will be taken to a virtual world where all the Warner Brother IP characters live. So this room right here contains every single movie that Warner Brothers has ever made.
It's the famous old WB server farm.
Ralph style. And following his son, LeBron James gets sucked into this Warner Brothers world. And right about here is where I was losing my mind. Okay, just gonna be listing off some of the stuff we see here. It looks like every separate property is divided into planets in this Warner Brothers serververse. So right away we get to see the Game of Thrones planet. Moving on here to the Wizard of Oz planet. Even off to the side you can see like a little movie planet, just like a behind the scenes crew. On the right side though, that is the Flintstones planet. You can make out some of the rocks and the houses along with some dinosaurs.
Damn,
I like how
Chris.
LeBron James gets sucked into the Wizard of Oz world. He gets hit with a tornado, just like in the movie. We then cut to Don Cheadle introducing himself.
Took me a couple viewings to pick that up.
Is just this AI being that controls all the Warner Brothers servers, and for some reason only wants to give LeBron James' son back after they play a basketball game. Yeah.
Is Don Cheadle part of any in Warner Brothers movies?
He's gotta be.
Is the AI going to be a version that is aware that it's taking on the appearance of Don Cheadle?
I hope so.
And is Space Jam, the first one, part of like in LeBron James' world, will his son have a copy of the movie Space Jam?
This will
with
be
Michael Jordan,
The
right?
Human Centipede 2 of Space Jam.
This will be the
movies,
human
yeah.
centipede of the Space Jam.
Yeah, they'll be like, I love that original Space Jam movie. We need to recreate it.
That's a good button. Now we can go back to the reaction.
Absolute.
Makes a lot of sense, but whatever. This movie's already looking awesome enough. The rules for the basketball game seem pretty simple. LeBron James has a couple of hours to round up his team members. Al-G decides to start him off in search of his team members in the Toon world. Now, when this sign spins, we get to see some of the other world's in
Neptune,
this universe.
Hogwarts. Oh, I didn't notice all
Like
that.
Neptune, Mars, and even Hogwarts. So yes, the Harry Potter world exists in here. Probably the part I enjoyed the most right here is LeBron James being thrown into the Toon world. It sounds
the
like
shift
the
in
trailer,
music.
I think is also sounding pretty great. They're not only doing callbacks to previous songs in the first Space Jam movie by kind of remixing them, they are also throwing in iconic Looney Tunes sounds. Immediately when put into the Toon world, though, LeBron James becomes 2D animated the way he should be, giving us a mix of both worlds where he finally gets to meet Bugs Bunny. We are then
Finally.
a quick cut of a
what I've been waiting for his whole
Now,
career.
One of the planets they pass through here is
The Maltese Falcon.
movie from the 1940s. I guess just something
I
want
wanna see Bogey playing ball.
But a world I definitely want to go into here is the Gotham City planet, which actually seems to be shared by
Where it's Metropolis.
Yeah.
the same
Oh, like
way Batman
BVS.
versus Superman
Yeah.
set up the new canon
Why I
that
should just let
Gotham
Chris
and
talk. I'm sorry.
Metropolis are brothers
No,
and
no,
sister
you're showing your
cities
cred.
right
It's
next
good.
to each other, because you could definitely see the difference in the daylight, where one is Gotham City and one is a little more cleaner looking, so that's definitely
cool.
Metropolis. Next up, LeBron James, seeming to understand that he can only pick Warner Brothers characters for his team, starts listing off people he knows. Now, he's got here Superman as his #1 choice, Gandalf, King Kong, and he's about to write down Iron Giant. The best part of after this list, though, is just the look Bugs Bunny gives to LeBron James. He's like, boy, you really think Superman gonna be in our... We can't even get Man of Steel 2. How we gonna get Superman in Space Jam 2?
Yeah, I'm wondering if in that bit, if they'll start naming off characters who are not Warner Brothers property. Would they be allowed to get away with that? They'd be allowed to get away with that, right? They'd be allowed to be like, can we get Iron Man? Not owned by, like some joke like that. I
feel like
that'd
it's
be gold comedy
be
right there.
the
Comedy
best
gold.
comedy, because
Best golden comedy.
That's what people coming to Space Jam really want is meta references to the ownership of rights by other studios.
Again, great button.
Yes,
Transition
dude,
us
this
back
is
to
so
the
good
reaction.
transitioning wise.
Also worth noting that he's wearing Marvin the Martian's helmet, which lets us know that's what they're traveling in throughout this
He
movie.
viciously
going planet to
conquered
planet.
Marvin.
They seem to have hijacked Marvin the Martian's spaceship so that they can travel to these different Warner Brother IP locations. Bugs Bunny seems to get a little bit realistic with LeBron James and tells him that the people we need are the people who have already won a basketball game in the first Space Jam movie, rounding up the Looney Tunes squad. Now, here's some backstory.
Yeah, it
from
was
the
all
movie that
them.
The trailer doesn't really let you know. The Looney Tunes are broken up.
Was it Michael Jordan and
just
Lola
took the
Bunny?
have decided to live on different planets, have separate lives with each other, and a main part of this movie will be to round up all the Looney Tunes characters, make amends, and have them
What the hell? Really?
This will also be how we see some of these different planets. Like we heard from the director, Lola Bunny.
I
will be
love
living
that.
On Themyscira, where Wonder Woman lives. One of these characters will be
What?
living on the Mad Max planet. That might be the Road Runner, because he seems like a guy who would be running fast everywhere. They even mentioned a deleted scene of Pepe Le Pew, who was originally supposed to be part of this team, hiding away in the Casablanca movie planet. Really would love to hear some of your guys' guesses to where you think some of these Looney Tunes characters will be hiding in the movie and where they have to go find them.
Well, clearly, Yosemite is hiding out in...
Westworld.
Yeah, it works. Yeah, because cowboy.
Yeah, he's cowboy, and it's on
I
HBO.
thought we were going to land on something way funnier.
Way
but we
crazier.
failed.
But then we were like, what westerns does
Yeah.
WB own?
But then, Hogwarts just sounds stupid, and this didn't go well. Keep this all in the video.
It's in it. It's in the video. But hey, it's okay. We got Droogs to make up for Pepe Le Pew. We got every kid's favorite movie, A Clockwork Orange, in here.
That's true. I thought this would have ended better if we had edited
If we'd done the first one
earlier,
yeah.
and then you went with the.
I'm gonna keep this out of the.
I think the drugs would have been are going to be mentioned. Okay.
It looks like it doesn't take them that long to round up all the Toon Squad characters because they have them here in training. A scene that we are very familiar with that happened in the first Space Jam movie. I love how Lola is part of the coaching side of this training. Like, I'm a real player. Let's show you guys how to do this. Another interesting thing worth noting that's just some fun trivia in the Space Jam world. Yosemite Sam here is having his guns and is shooting them off. There was a big controversy when the new Looney Tunes cartoon was rebooted on HBO Max and they took away his guns. In the movie, it looks like that won't be a problem at all. In this next shot here, it becomes...
So, Lola Bunny's got to change her outfit around.
Yeah.
But Yosemite can fire off some guns.
Yes, yeah.
This
Because
is-
in America, that's okay. We love violence, but we cannot handle sex, sexuality of any kind, even if it's just a figure.
You're a bunny, not a whore.
Yes, you painted lady of the night.
and they took away his guns. In the movie, it looks like that won't be a problem at all. In this next shot here, it becomes pretty clear that once they move planet to planet, so will
HBO
their
Max
bodies
is coming for her
change to
guns.
fit the movie they are on. Here on the basketball court,
Liberal
it's
Hollywood.
animated to a realistic 3D look. And one thing I'm surprised made it into this movie is the classic Toon Squad jerseys. You see right here, Bugs Bunny is wearing the same jerseys from the very first Space Jam film. So that kind of lets us know the first Space Jam movie did happen in their universe, whether it was a movie that these Looney Tune characters were acting in, or it was an event that really happened for them and is something they remembered. If this is in the movie,
I hope it's just a
wouldn't be
movie.
surprised if we
I
get
hope
some
it's
sort of
both.
Michael Jordan cameo. That's just awesome to see the jerseys there. These next couple of shots go by super fast, so I'm just gonna list off the characters that appear on screen. Starting off here in
Evil, the
August
Mystery
1, we
Machine,
have
yeah.
the Mystery Machine, which is the Scooby-Doo van. We even see Scooby-Doo popping out his head a little bit in this trailer, only for it then to immediately cut to the Iron Giant. I love anytime I get to see the Iron Giant. It's one of my favorite childhood movies. This film is all just pure nostalgia. It's interesting though that Iron Giant is in this film when he also showed up in Ready Player One, and that was a Universal movie. So man, the Iron Giant can't get a sequel, but he sure loves to cameo.
Is that hurting your feelings? They're all about Iron Giant, right? It's like one of your favorite movies.
It's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
I'm actually not as bothered by this as I was by Ready Player One, because Ready Player One, the whole point is like, we're fighting to, grasp this empire, and, it's in the guise of a big war. Whereas this is about basketball. Like, I don't think the same rule of I am not a gun applies to just, like, fun competitive sports.
I think you're a little sensitive about your fake properties.
You know what? This is a travesty. I will be starting a petition, so look out for that. Sign it.
You're allowed to feel however you want.
One of the buildings we catch here in the background says Evil Scientist. This is a reference to a popular building that would show up in the Looney Tunes cartoons that would have this little green evil scientist responsible for making Big Gosmer a member of the team. Cutting to more shots.
This video taught me that character's
Some of the
name.
ones I found that I could list off here is Mega Gorilla on his little unicycle, Yogi Bear and Boo Boo, Flintstone characters with Fred, Wilma, Barney. We also have the Jetsons in their flying car in the background, Captain Caveman flying into frame, another classic cartoon, Jabberjaw.
I was gonna say,
We even
Jabberjaw,
have a
come on.
Thundercats character in the background here, pretty funny.
How
They
much
just
did this
announced
movie
the Thundercats
cost?
movie in the works from the Godzilla vs. Kong director that appears to be the character of Chitara. They even go ahead and throw in some newer, lesser known characters in their movies. Like, this is a character from an animated film called Smallfoot that didn't perform all that well, but they threw them in just to be a background character.
Just
You can also spot
to get
the
that
Animaniacs
recognition.
for a quick second here in the bottom frame. You also have Penelope Pitstop in her iconic car here. That is a Dick Dastardly character. My boy King Kong coming in after his
Hairy
battle with
cheeks.
Godzilla. These are the iconic planes that King Kong faces off in his movie. The next frame here is where I start really geeking out because it's some characters I'm more familiar with. We have Algie, the villain, played by Don Cheadle, but right behind him we have an agent from the Matrix movies. You also have someone being an imposter of Arnold
Mr.
Schwarzenegger as
Freeze.
Mr. Freeze, an evil monkey from The Wizard of Oz,
Yeah.
even Pennywise the Clown. We knew Pennywise the Clown would be in the movie. I hope we get to pop into the Stephen King or Pennywise world. In these next couple seconds, is
They'll do a whole
lost
sequence
my
inside The
grandma.
Shining.
There are too many characters here, but I'm going to try and list off as many as I found.
Oh my
for you
God.
guys. First, you have a
Chris,
character
you're
from the
insane.
Peanut
Don't do
Butter
this.
Show. That is Airman, that time travel. You have Space Ghost there.
Yeah.
Again, you have Mega Gorilla, Scooby-Doo characters, even good old Velma, Yogi Bear, the dinosaur from the Flintstones whenever Fred gets off work. Even an obscure
Chris.
reference right here to Frankenstein Jr. and Buzz Conroy. Another shot here of Penelope pit stop in her car. Really, you could be spending hours zooming into all the characters in the background.
Well,
here, 'cause there are
do
so many.
it.
The other big
Yeah,
important
Chris.
thing you wanna
What are we
notice
paying
in
you
this
for?
shot is if you look at the scoreboard, it says followers 834,000. And that's because a big plot contention in this movie is that the main goal Algie has, if LeBron James loses the basketball game, is Algie gets to keep all of LeBron James's Instagram followers. I'm not making that up. That is happening as part of the Space Jam movie. They're
Yes.
fighting for Instagram followers.
I'm happy.
Okay. Probably my second favorite shot from this trailer is the Goon Squad here in an Avengers-style lineup. A couple things to notice, though, in this shot. One, Wile E. Coyote is number 13. I think that's pretty funny because unlucky number 13. And Wile E. Coyote is just known for being this character whose traps backfire on him whenever he's trying to go after the Roadrunner. You also
Poor
have
guy.
Daffy Duck here in a suit. Now, it's being said Daffy Duck might actually play the coach of the team or sort of like the owner of the Toon Squad. That's why he's in a suit. But we've also seen him in a jersey and other promotional work, so it might be a big thing that he steps on into the game at the end of it to save everybody. Also, because he's really small and you might miss him, you have here Speedy Gonzalez at the
there
bottom
he is.
next to Bugs
Oh,
Bunny.
dude,
He's
right
Not catch
there.
it first
meeting
time.
Gabriel Iglesias. Really, my favorite addition to this
Okay.
team is just the character of
Fluffy.
Gosmer right there in the background. Just that giant red boy looking awesome. And next shot here, we're introduced to the villain team for the Space Jam movie. These are known as the Goon Squad, and they're going to be made up of members from the NBA and WNBA. In the previous movie, they were made up of only
Space Jam's
NBA
woke.
stars.
Yeah.
They were just given these monster-like abilities. Here, it's kind of going to be the same thing, but each character has their own unique characteristic. We have here a Falcon Eagle-looking one, a player that seems to be a robot with electricity powers, another player here resembling a snake, a spider.
which basketball players are they?
Yeah. What styles are they going to emulate?
Water abilities, and of course,
Yeah.
you have water players.
These are
You gotta
the
have a
elements.
fire player. It's also worth noting that in the background of this robot doing his thing, you get to see here the 1989 Joker.
Ah.
He's even standing to some members from the Mad Max movie. You even have two Catwomans next to each other, one from the 60s TV series and Michelle Pfeiffer from the 1989 movie. We are then treated to some action shots within the game.
What I've been loving about what we've been seeing, at least, is that a lot of the characters are CGI implemented, but then a lot of them are actually put in actual costumes and makeup. I don't know how many of them are going to get close-ups. I don't know how many of them are only going to be just in the background, obviously, but I really do appreciate that for a lot of these characters that are actually going out of their way to do makeup.
Yeah, and putting blending the green screen with some actual actors to sell the effect. It's important in a Space Jam movie to do that.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
We are then treated to some action shots within the game. Now, I haven't played basketball in a minute here with this belly, but I don't remember the last time you had to shoot up into the scoreboard. Gonna be interesting what kind of rules are in play in this Space Jam game. This feels like it's just gonna be the highlight of the movie, seeing the Toon Squad come together, put their hands all in that pile, and go off against the Goon Squad. Other things we can spot here in the background are popular monuments from cartoons, like we have the Acme rocket, Buck Rogers' spaceship. Now, a surprise member of the Goon Squad will actually be LeBron
Yeah,
James'
like
son
shaking
in
their
the
Chris-
movie. You see him sitting
that
on
supposed
the
to be a
bench with
graphic?
the other players. At the beginning of the trailer, LeBron James called his son very talented on the court. So this is just a way to spite his father into going like, fine, you call me a star player, I'll play against you, but at the end of the day, I still want to be my own person. Another beautiful open
Wow.
shot here of so many characters in the
Father
background
So
as LeBron
personal.
James is about to leap into a dunk. Starting off left to right here, we get
Dude!
Dang.
Two
Batman 60
penguins!
series, then you
It's
also
the
have
Noah's Noah's Ark
Danny
of
DeVito's
characters.
Penguin, Jim Carrey's The Mask, Mr. Freeze behind him, along with another agent, even Pennywise, they're still standing then. As we move along with some other Game of Thrones characters, we also get to see the Joker from the 60s Batman series right there. I was hoping to find Joaquin Phoenix's Joker because he's set to be in here as well. In the background, there's even more characters that I can barely make
You get
out,
what you
though I
deserve.
can see another Thundercats Lion-O.
So much.
It's also worth noting that they use the Scoob designs from the most recent animated movie for the Scooby-Doo characters in this movie. On this left side here, we have the Animaniacs Tower. You even have Froghorn Leghorn's barn house from his cartoon series. Moving on to LeBron James doing a dunk, cutting to Lola Bunny, giving you a wink, and right there, in love with the new Lola Bunny. My favorite shot from the trailer, hands down. LeBron James does overcalculate that jump and end up on the floor, leading to Tweety saying classic, and the reason he says that is because this is a callback to the first Space Jam movie where Michael Jordan did the exact same thing and Tweety Bird was flying around his head. Giving us here an ending gag for the trailer. We have some Clockwork Orange characters, more Mad Max characters, Game of Thrones characters. You also have Blue Falcon and Dynamite here in the background. And as Granny is doing her three-point shot with a senior discount, we also get to see the 60s Robin right there. And that trailer to me was absolutely bonkers, fantastic.
They're like, mainly
So
get the
much fun.
Batman franchise in
I
here.
really like the way this
Everyone
Space Jam
loves
movie looks.
Batman.
Looks like it's going to be so much fun, and they said they're wanting to make this a franchise, so we could see more things in the future. The Looney Tunes returning. Let me know if there were any Easter eggs or characters in the backgrounds that I might have missed that you guys went ahead and caught. There are so many in there.
Might
I
have missed.
Definitely missed a bunch of people. But be sure to leave me your thoughts down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at 3C Film Review. As always, I'm Chris. Take care.
He said wants to make it a franchise. I think it is a franchise.
It's now a
But
franchise.
the fact that there's a part 2, it is now a franchise.
Yeah. Now we got to get part 3 greenlit.
That's if I was a commentator, Chris, that is all I would say. After all your editing,
All your hard
and
work.
hard work, I would be like, it's already a franchise. That would be my only feedback.
Yeah, you totally missed the point here.
Yeah, dude. Dislike.
Unsubscribe.
Chris, I'm proud of you, buddy. This video got to 1 million views so fast, and I see why. I care significantly to check out this video to find out what all the Easter eggs are. I don't care enough about this movie to discover what they are for myself.
Yeah, it needs
on my
to be
own time. But
fed
I
to
am
me.
proud of you.
Proud of you for putting in the time and
Looks
effort.
insane and nutty, and I am looking forward to this movie. I think it's going to be a really, really great time with some dramatic story beats that don't seem entirely necessary, but will do just enough of the job to make it a little bit more zesty.
More impactful. More of a character study.
Guys, subscribe to 3C Films if you haven't done so already, or as I call him, Chris. Hit that like button. Check us out on YouTube. All right, see you guys.